To introduce myself, I'm Shashidhar. I'm a part of Citrix Ready program, uh, and I lead the mobility ecosystem. So today we have Srinivas Venkatraman, who prefers to be called as Venki, and who is the CEO and co-founder of PrimaDesk. And along with, we have Brian Deckering, VP Marketing, as the presenters of this webinar, wherein we will talk about Unifile EFS solution. So I would like to thank you for attending this webinar today, and would like to welcome you all to the Citrix Ready Technical Webinar Series, wherein we showcase how Citrix and our partners have integrated to deliver valuable products and solutions to the common problems faced by our customers today. Thank you. Next slide, please. Thank you. So to just give an overview of what Citrix Ready program is, as you might be knowing, like Citrix Ready is an end-to-end technology partner program which showcases and recommends third-party products, solutions, and services that demonstrate compatibility with the Citrix products. So customers can easily navigate to find the solutions recommended by Citrix in the Citrix Ready marketplace, and which can be navigated by www.citrixready.citrix.com. So for more information about the Citrix Ready program, you could navigate to citrix.com/partnerprograms/Citrix Ready. Next slide, please. So to take a deeper insight of the Citrix Ready program, which has been launched in 2007, and since then we have been verifying a lot of products. I would say like it would be more than 25,000 plus product verifications with various different Citrix products. There are about like 950 plus technology partners who have verified their solutions, their products with Citrix products like ZenDesktop, ZenApp, NetScaler, ZenMobile, and once these products are verified successfully, the product pages have been created and listed on Citrix Ready Marketplace. So if you look at the number, they're like the online catalog page views is a huge number. So this is the place where you can showcase your product as a partner for your customers, and which makes it easier for the customers to buy your product here itself. So with that said, I would like to welcome Venki to start the presentation and talk a lot about the EFS solution from Unifile. Venki, over to you. Oh, sorry. Before I hand it over to you, Venki, I just wanted to make sure and give this information to our listeners that if they have any questions during this webinar, please use the question panel on the right-hand side, and we will take your questions in the Q&A session. Or if they are relevant or if it is for the same question during the webinar, we will ask the question then and there itself. So thank you, Venki. So if you could just take it from here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sashi. Thanks everyone for taking the time to learn more about Unifile. So basically, we'll just describe what is the problem we're trying to solve, right? Users need to access files to get their work done. They're often outside the firewall using mobile devices more and more. And the files are stuck in multiple different systems. So what we are trying to do is provide a secure anytime, anywhere access, no matter where the files are located and no matter which device the users are coming in from. You know, so files are located in FileShare, SharePoint, you know, FTP, ShareFile, now more and more cloud-based systems too. And with a specific, you know, emphasis on mobile access, because earlier people were happy just doing email from their mobile phones, but now they want to be more productive. They have mobile phones that are more powerful, their tablets more powerful, so they want to do more with their mobile devices. Another important thing that we do, which is the difference between us and most of the other enterprise enterprise files sync and share solution is that we are a pure virtual system, meaning that we treat every storage as another drive, and we enable a cloud-like functions from existing data sources. So if you have a file share, if then you can create a Dropbox-like functionality right from the file share without moving the files anywhere. Okay, so I'll explain more about this. And that's the difference between, I see, if you talk to any other enterprise file sync and share solution, when you say, hey, I'm happy with my storage, but I want new functionality like Dropbox, which is file sync, mobile access, file sharing, just using link, not attaching files. Can you give me all these features? They'll tell you, yeah, we can give you all these features, but you can move the file from where it is to this other storage. What we are saying is you don't have to move anything anywhere, right from where the files are, we will give you all the new functionality. And we also connect on-premises and cloud data sources so that your users will have a single dashboard no matter where the files are, no matter which device they use. And we also integrate it. Ours is 100% on-premises solution, so none of your data is stored outside of your premises. And it tightly integrates with your firewall as well as your AD, Active Directory or SAML, single sign-on solutions that you already have. So let's look at the situation today, right? So you have on premises, you have behind your firewall, you have files on multiple file system where you might have multiple file shares, SharePoint and FTP to interact with other, your partners. And the users are coming in from multiple devices. The issue is, they don't have all the latest functionality that cloud-based solutions give. No search, no sharing, no synchronization. That's why all your employees are saying, hey, I need Dropbox. I can do all this with my personal, files. Why can't I do with when it comes to enterprise? Why can't I use mobile? Why can't I use sharing? Why can't I be able to search or sync? And many times they move the files to Dropbox, creating headache for you. So what we do is, using our consumer technology, which had more than 200,000 users, we created a system that it can be installed within your corporate firewall within 60 minutes. We guarantee that. We will give you $250 if you can't install and configure our system within an hour inside your corporate firewall. Once that is done, then the users can log in using their LDAP AD credentials, and they will be able to connect to all their accounts inside the corporate firewall. Now they have all the functionality that Dropbox or others give right from their file share. They don't have to move anything anywhere. We don't ask you to give us admin access to these systems, and we don't ask you to put anything on these file shares. So what that means is we cannot change the permissions you have set up in any way, but we give them access using the interfaces these solutions provide, whether it's API or CIFS interface or FTP interface, whatever. We are able to go and access on behalf of the user all their files and show them in a single single dashboard, so that they, and then provide them all these different functionality like searching, managing, sharing, editing, and synchronization, no matter which device they use. And if you decide, okay, this is great. So this is a major functionality a lot of our users use, which is they already are happy with their file manager and all those things, and their business requires that the files should be inside the corporate firewall, but their employees want all these new features, so they get best of both worlds. The employees are happy, the admin is happy that they don't have to do a huge file migration project just to give a share functionality or synchronize it or mobile access. Okay, and if you as an admin decide, okay, we are going to try out cloud-based systems, so you may not give all access to all these things, but you might selectively say, okay, we're going with Box and Evernote. Then you can let users add those accounts to their, their Unifile account. So they can connect these two things. Now they have a single dashboard to manage all their internal as well as external file shares. So you have more controls where you can say you can add a Box account that has, primadus.com, but you can't add your personal Box account which has, venki@gmail.com, right? So you have more controls over that too. And now you also have control over, okay, you can share files within the corporate emails, like, using primadus.star or unifile.star domain email addresses, but you cannot share documents with general email addresses like yahoo.com, gmail.com, hotmail.com, etc. Okay. So we can also we integrate with XenApp, so as well as Zen Mobile, so that all the security features of Zen Mobile you get when you're using mobile services, but also you get all the features of connecting to all these different storage services. So you have a more secure document management system or file management system inside your mobile devices. We also integrate with XenApp so that, when you have a file in SharePoint or Box or wherever, and you wanted to edit it using apps published on XenApp, so the the user browses the files using our app, and then when they click on something, oh, I want to edit with XenApp, then the file comes down from wherever it is to XenApp server, and the user is able to interact with it using the Citrix receiver. And after the editing or whatever is done, then it goes back to wherever it came from seamlessly. Okay. So we kind of talked about it. The Zen Mobile works verified. We do not, as we discussed, we don't force file moves and migrations. We also let you encrypt files if you want, and we also can do virus scanning because the files go through our server. So whenever it goes in and out, we can scan using your existing Symantec virus scanning engine and scan for viruses. You can mount all your files, as a folder, U drive, and I'll show that. So you configure all your different services like Box or FileShare, Dropbox, and ShareFile, SharePoint, and then you can mount it as a U drive. Now you have full access to all your files right from your Explorer on your Mac or Windows. So XenApp integration we already talked about. ShareFile. So now we give you a full access to ShareFile as well as all the other data sources. So you can just drag and drop between them and search across all of them. So it becomes very easy for you to take files to ShareFile, and and ultimately, if you are going to make ShareFile as your main file management system, you can have a very nice transition instead of having to move the entire 70 terabyte of data you have sitting on your file share, trying to move them everything into ShareFile in one go. Okay, we'll talk more about that also. Okay, so let me do a quick demo. If before that, is there any questions that we should take, Sashi or Brian? Okay, I'm assuming no. So I know I'm pretty good at explaining things, but didn't think I'm that good. So anyway, okay, so Unifile, with Unifile, you have several different ways to get to your data. So one of them is the web UI. So you can, when you log into your Unifile account, you are able to, these are the different accounts that I have already added. So you can have, as you can see, you can have multiple accounts from the same service, or you can have single account. So you can have ShareFile, OneDrive. So we support a lot of different services. And what shows up here for the end users is decided by the admin. Admin can say, no, don't even show Dropbox or don't even show Box or whatever it is. You can just restrict it to just Samba file server, Windows file share, and web dev or Office 365, depending on what you want to allow users to see. So once they added their account, and you can also add many of these things, like Windows file shares, their home shares, you can automatically add for everybody with a single setting. So I'll show that when I'm showing the admin interface. Okay, so not each person have to go and add their Windows file shares. Okay, you can do it yourself as long as you have AD. Okay. So you can, interface with all your files as if everything is in one place. So now I'm accessing Dropbox. Okay, so here if I go to Dropbox, you can see all these different files are there. The same view you are getting here. Okay, so let's say I want to edit this file. So I just double click on it. Uh, um, and I can go here and edit the file, Citrix webinar, and save it, get out of here. Now if I go to Dropbox, see, it says this file was changed about a second ago, right? And if I open it inside Dropbox here, see the changes I made, Citrix webinar is there. So, basically we are not storing files in the intermediate thing anywhere. This is what you see is absolutely the latest, and it's a full view of all your files. You can do the same thing with ShareFile. So, for example, let's say I want to drag and drop a file. So this is the demo file txt. I want to drop it to ShareFile, and I dropped it to my files and folder. So if I go here, where did I go? Oh, here. Sorry, I'm not that familiar with share. Where is my files and folders? Yeah, here you go. Oh, here, demo files, file.txt, it was copied at 9:19 a.m., right? So it's right now. So it's so much easier interacting with all these files from a single interface instead of having to jump to every single UI, right? And you can search across all. This is one of the things that nobody else can do today. So I know I had these words in the files I don't understand. Sorry, I don't remember where I put it, which files and things like that. So you just search for it, and it finds files everywhere, right? Office 365 box, Google Dropbox, no matter where the files are, and it finds it. And you can, so if you look at this, it found about 888 documents. So that's a lot. So you can refine the search instead of saying, I want these two words next to each other. I want all the files where PrimaDesk and search are, the words are next to each other. So now, if you see it, it found 23 documents. So and then you see, oh, this bridge, this is all financial stuff. I don't want these. So you can say, take out any file that had the word that has the word bridge in it, right? So and then if you search, see, it took out all those files that had the word bridge. So, and if you look at it, this one, the file name is 3.txt. So it's not a file name search, okay? But if you open the file, then you'll see that this file has all the words. See, it has PrimaDesk and search next to each other. The words PrimaDesk and search, and they are next to each other, and it doesn't have the word bridge and all those things. So it's not a simple file name search. So even in this case, I don't know how many of you have gone through eDiscovery and all those things. You know, when people are using this system, it also makes it very useful for the eDiscovery purposes, where you can really hone into the words you are looking for, no matter where the files are. Okay, makes sense? And so I'm going to show, continue this demo with some of the, with mobile. So because some of the things that we talked about are, you know, how can we use mobile to be more productive? So I'm connecting my mobile device. Give me a minute. Yep. Okay. So here we have a Unifile app, and that's similar. You know. Okay, let me start it again. Okay. That's similar to you know, so once you set up all the different services, and you can view them here, and you can work with them right from here. So you can do the same search. I'm going to go to the main screen. You can do the same search here. So, you know, think about this, right? You can, you are out and somebody calls you and say, hey, I want the document. And today you say, oh, okay, I'll come to the office later and, you know, find the document, send it to you. Whereas here, you can just pull up your mobile phone and you made the search for it. Oh, so here is the document. And I'm going to share this with Venki. Okay, and you can say I want to share it forever, for 1 day or 1 week, and you know, you can even assign a password if you want to make it more secure, and say and then you can just say, you know, share it. Okay, so it becomes that easy for your employees to work with their files. You know, they can be a lot more productive even while they you know, while they're on the go, and they can also you know, open the files or download the file for later, or edit the file using apps published on the local machine, or edit with the XenApp. So now let's see whether I received the email about the share. Okay, here you go. Okay, this is the confirmation I got that I shared the file, and this is the actual share. What you with the person with whom you shared, they will see. And when they go to view the file, first it is asking him where, you know, sign up. So here, see, you don't, the person with whom you shared, they have no clue where you shared it from. It doesn't matter. It could be from your file share, it could be from ShareFile, SharePoint, whatever it is. All they know is you shared a file, and they can open the file and view the file. Okay. So going back to the mobile, so your users can be a lot more productive in mobile. So now let's see what happens. I am going to edit this file, right? So I can edit the file using the locally installed application WPS Office. I can say edit. Say Citrix, and I'm going to save this file and get out of there. It says, do you want to update the original location? I say, okay. Okay. Now, if the person, you don't have to share that file again. If the person opens the file this time, we mask all the other activities. When they come here, we know what file to get. So we go and get it on behalf of the user who shared the file. And we are not allowing the external user or even internal user access to these servers. Okay, so if you have multiple servers in different regions, as long as you give Unifile access to all these file shares, you don't have to give these users access to all those different networks. So we make it extremely easy for you, again, within 1 hour to give people access to everything. So imagine you are integrating with another, merging with another company. Now you have multiple networks to deal with. So you don't have to give users from every company access to all the networks. As long as you set up a Unifile server and they have access to this Unifile server, and Unifile server has access to all the other networks, they will be able to do their work seamlessly. And it takes less than an hour of your time to set up everything. Okay. So another thing you can do from the mobile phone that's really cool is, so let's say you have your email. You got an email from somebody, and so I'm trying to look for an attachment. Okay, so here is a email with attachment. So let's say you can view the attachment here, but then you want to save it. Say I open it with Unifile. Now it says document copied, close, please go to the destination folder and click paste. So now you can go anywhere. You can go to, Dropbox, or let's say I'll show maybe SharePoint. So I can go to my SharePoint and share document. So I'll go to the demo folder and say I want to paste it here. Now, when I go to my SharePoint account, so set demo, I'm now in the SharePoint UI directly. So SharePoint says working on it. Okay, here, see, this document I took from my email on my mobile phone. I was able to copy it directly to SharePoint right from my mobile phone. Okay, so it just makes it extremely easy for your users to work with the file. See, imagine today they can't do something like this. They have to, whether it's file share or SharePoint or FTP. So they have to, they can't do it from a mobile phone. They have to go to their desk and laptop and download the file. and then save the file and then upload it to wherever they want to upload it. So we make it extremely convenient for them to do it. Same thing with even with their iPhone. One of the things is iPhone, it's very difficult to access, and because of the restrictions that Apple puts in, it's very difficult to, for the users to directly edit files on an iPhone. So, so I'm trying to connect my iPhone to the network so that I can show you. Just give me a minute. It's not sure why. Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting my iPhone to the screen. Sorry. Just one more try. Up. I'm sorry. I think that's maybe I can't show that today. But it's much easier for you to access all your files directly from Word, and it's a shame I'm not able to show it, but directly from Word and other services, the other applications, to directly edit files that are anywhere. So it's a really cool feature, and I'm sorry I'm having trouble with this. But I'll try to, while we're talking about other things, I'll try to connect my iPhone here. Okay, so the other features, like one of the other things we can do is the ability to mount Unifile as a drive. So for example, you are able to mount Unifile as a U drive. This is very useful for Zen app, Zen desktop environment, even for Zen app, so that you can mount their Unifile account as a drive in their Zen desktop account. Now they have full access to all their files, even Dropbox, Box, or other things. So you see all those folders you saw in Dropbox, you are accessing directly from your file manager. Okay, so you can see all these folders are available here, and for the users it will look like everything is local. But the thing is, you are not, there are two aspects to it. One is synchronizing, another is just mounting the drive. So in this case, you are not synchronizing the files. So you can go into onto any machine, and then you say, okay, File Explorer, and I want to map a drive, map a network drive. You can say, Y, and you can say HTTPS. This is your server, Unifile server address, whatever it is. Type today. So that's all you have to do, and then you use the Unifile credential to connect that, and then the Y drive will be mounted, right? And then you have full access from that drive to all the accounts that you configured. So that's another way to access all your files, and this is without synchronizing the files. The cool thing about it is, so if you go to Word, and they can, because they're used to using Word or Excel or whatever, then they can go to their computer. So they go to their U drive. So they now have full access to all their files, no matter where the files are, whether it is Dropbox or their file systems or SharePoint or whatever, so they can work with those. So that is without synchronizing. So, but if you want to bring the file down to your computer and synchronize the file so that you can work with it offline, then you can use our Sync app. So the synchronization app again shows you all the different services that you configured, and now you can selectively synchronize. Okay, I have synchronized these different systems, and you can either synchronize the entire folders, or you can synchronize only a specific folder. So in this case, I synchronized only the Unifile folder. Same thing with this. I've synchronized the vendor A folder. So you will be able to see. So this is another thing, right? I have a file share. So this is the file share. See, this is the folder account I am connected to Unifile. You see the customer file forms. And now, just like Dropbox, you are able to synchronize these folders to your local machine, and and then when you are working with those files here, then when you connect back to the network, the files get automatically synchronized back to. So here is you have a copy of all these files right here. So in this particular case, I only synchronize the vendor A folder. So you can synchronize everything, or you can synchronize just one folder and all its subfolders. Okay, so in this case, what you have here is Super Sync client. So if you want to do the same thing with right now without Unifile, you have to run so many synchronization clients. You need to have a share file synchronization client. Of course, there's nothing for your Windows file share, so that's something and you cannot do 2 accounts of Box at the same time. So let's say you are a marketing person, you have a company generic Box account that all your marketing guys are using, and then you have your own marketing Box account. Now you can synchronize both with Unifile. Without Unifile, you have to do one at a time. And you can also, another thing you can do is you can favorite files from multiple different services. So let's say you have a favorite folder. So here I have some files from Dropbox and some files from SharePoint. And then you can just say, I want to synchronize the favorite folder. Then it will synchronize only the files that you favorited. So instead of having to synchronize gigabytes of data, you can synchronize just the files you're working on, and then you can favorite them, and it will be synchronized to your local computer. You take it on a plane or whatever, edit files. When you come back, then it will go to wherever it came from. If you change this file, it will go to Dropbox. If you change this file, it will go to SharePoint. So you don't have to keep track of each file. As you can see, I'm talking a lot here, but we make managing files for the users extremely simple and straightforward. And all it takes for you as an admin is 1 hour of your time to set up Unifile server. I'm going to do a couple of more features, and then I'm going to stop. So if you have questions, we'll first address the questions, and then we'll come back. So if you have Outlook for email, then your users can send links, attach links directly from Outlook. Now you say I want to share a file. Now I can go to my Windows file share, and and say, so at this file, I share the link. Now the link is copied. Send the message to them and give them the link and send it across, right? So now the user with whom you shared, they get email, and this link is there, and they can click on the link and they will be able to view the file. So you basically converted your Windows file share into a Dropbox model because you are able to share links directly out of your Windows file share without having to download a file attached to email. Imagine if you download a file and attach to email. Let's say you have somebody is sending 5 megabyte presentation to 10 or 15 people. So they send 50 megabytes, and then you are backing up that email. So you backed up now the total is 100 megabytes. And if they go through 4 revisions, then it's 400 megabytes just for one file from one user. And imagine if you can do this, then you're just sending link. You save so much of space on your email servers. Okay. So to recap, basically we are connecting all the different services the users have and give them a very easy way to manage all their files in one UI. And that does not, the beauty of our solution is if they're happy with going directly and working with any of those, they can do it because we are not changing anything on these servers. So they can continue to work with the way they are doing, but if they go through Unifile, they have a lot more features. So they can use Unifile whenever they see fit. You're not ripping what you have and replacing it with Unifile, but you are giving them in 1 hour a beautiful addition to all the things they have, and that gives you so much more they can do that they can't do today. Okay, and also they are able to use the mobile apps or mount Unifile as a file server and use it, or they can use the web UI. So whatever you are giving them so many different options to work with their files. So, and also, just one important thing is how without moving anything anywhere, you are able to convert your internal, more, archaic file servers, and immediately in 1 hour, you can give them all the different features that are available from Dropbox and Box and others, so that, you are able to give them what they want without compromising security and privacy and all those things. Okay. Sorry, questions or?
Yeah, Venki, thanks. So that was a good presentation. We have a few questions in the questions pane.
Yeah.
If you would like to have a view on it, yeah.
Okay. How do I see it? It seems crunched. I can't read the question. Does the search function include multiple file version at share file? No. Well, yes and no. If you have not deleted the file and or whatever, it will find when you make changes, it adds the changes. So all the old changes will also be there. So if you deleted a word, that we will still find that word. But what we will not be able to do is go back and show you the right version of the file. That's so. At this point, I would say no. I think it's more for the latest version, let's say. Okay. Is there any way?
So,
I'm not able to.
Yeah, Venki.
read the questions properly.
No, no
Sorry.
problem. I will go through the questions and then probably you can answer those.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the first question is like, is it possible to add a web dev resource which is hosted on a TLS 1.2 only web server?
Yes, you will be able to add any web dev resources, but I don't know. I have to get, maybe you can send me an email at venki@primadesk.com, or you can even send a question at support@primadesk.com. I'm not sure about the specific thing about the TLS 1.2 only web server, but if we can get that question answered, but in the user when they want to add a file, if you see add accounts, there is a generic web dev account, so where they can give the service URL and what is their user credential and the service URL. That will that way they will be able to access any service that supports web dev. But I don't know what the difference with that TLS 1.2 only web server that I needed to get some clarification. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question would be, does Unifile support connecting to Citrix shapefile? Yeah,
I thought I showed it here. So here is the shapefile account. Now I'm able to view all these things. So here, this is a direct shapefile view.
Right.
See that these files, I can see it right here. And then I can take this file and I can drop it into Dropbox. So let's say I'm going to go and put it in the ACE folder. Now if I go to Dropbox and I'll go to the ACE folder. See, it says 9 seconds ago this file was added. So I just simply dragged and dropped a file from shapefile into Dropbox. You can do it anywhere. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so, Venki.
Okay.
That's clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is, are there apps for OS X, Windows Desktop, or is it just browser?
So for both OS X and Windows Desktop, we have web-based thing, and also both of them can do this web dev mount. So they can directly, even in OS X, you can mount Unifile as a drive, so they'll have full access directly from there. But the Sync app is available only for Windows, and it is not available yet for OS X.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next question follows is, how my local users access the files when they are in Office? What is the best practice via regular Windows Explorer or Unifile login?
So the Unifile login will be better because because when you are in the when the local Explorer, you can't search, but when you are in Unifile app, then you will be able to do a lot more than just directly accessing the through File Explorer. So again, it's up to them how they want to do it. I mean, if you give them access to your network, they can even access it through their mobile phone.
Okay.
That all their files in their file share.
Okay, great. Right. So I think it really depends on the access levels, how they're granted the access, right?
Right.
Right. Right. So on the similar note, there is the next following question. When users are in Office and log into their computer, do they need to log into Unifile UI, or is it available by default when they log in?
It depends when whether you have SAML or not. If you have SAML, then yes, it will be readily available. If not, then they have to log into. Of course, the sync application logs them in directly. You don't have to do anything. But if they go to mobile app, then they have to log in. Sorry, web app, they have to log in. And of course, they can remember the password if they want. But yeah.
Okay. 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 So the next question would be like, does Unifile integrate with Active Directory? If not, are there future plans to do so?
No, we do that. We do integrate today with Active. Oh, sorry, I didn't show the admin dashboard. Just let me take a couple of minutes to show question. And so we'll be at. So, okay, so here the configuration, different things you can do. You know, so here you can connect to your LDAP server. Either you let everybody who has LDAP access to use Unifile, or you can put them in a separate group, and then only people in that group will be able to access Unifile. Okay, so yeah, we already connect to LDAP today, and then in sharing the, so that you can add any account for Dropbox box and Office. You can only from these domains, accounts with these domains, as you can add them. Whereas you can say you can only allow people domains, and also other sister company domains only anybody. You can say either you say do continuous crawling all the time, looking for change files, or you can give specific sorry, I'm having some trouble here. So you can really restrict it. Not sure. Hold on, maybe. Maybe my session expired, so it's having trouble changing. Okay, anyway, are you guys able to hear me? I think I don't know that I have a problem with my network.
It was just breaking. It was just breaking for a while. Now it is clear.
Okay, so let me maybe get rid of most of the thing, because usually it shouldn't be this slow. Okay. So it's yeah, you can set up so that you don't okay, so here then you either you can say continuous crawling, or you can set up time from each day. Okay, from 9 o'clock at night and for 8 hours, whatever. You can have your own schedule of crawling. That's pretty much it. You can encrypt files that so that anything that you the users you put into Box, Dropbox, and all those things can be encrypted using your own either Primadisk encryption, or if you have a Symantec PGP encryption, you can use that. And then So you can see all the data sources that you have configured and who is using what files. So you can see this is our demo server. So many people are using Box, Dropbox, and also it gives you what is the total space and what is the use space. Um, so as you can see, people are using terabytes of data and we are indexing. All we have is one server for the entire thing, right? So it's a pretty effective, and we have about 1,000 users in the system, and then you can go into each user and see what accounts they have added, and you can edit their accounts and say, okay, this user cannot use Box or Google Drive, whatever. You can restrict at the user level, or you can restrict it at a very high level. This is what I said. If you disable all these things, then when the user goes to add a service, they will not see Dropbox. See here, I don't see Dropbox for Teams because I disabled it here. Same thing in this particular account. All the others I see. So you can control it that way. And then you also get some reports on active file shares, like who is sharing files with whom, how many downloads of that file happened, right? So when I shared 3.txt and it was downloaded two times. So it gives you a lot of data on and also it also gives you file downloads, who downloaded files and using which device or which IP address they came from. And things like that, which these are the kind of things you may not get already otherwise. So we are able to give you more information. Okay, so you can look at who are all the users who are using Box, and so you will be able to give a little bit more on what is the user login they're using, and how much space they're using up and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Venki. So we do have many more questions following up, but due to time constraints, probably we may not be able to take all the questions now.
Yeah,
we would definitely love to. Yeah. So
we
will forward these questions
a few more
to you.
Questions?
Yeah, if you would like to address few more, I can definitely ask few more.
Okay.
So let's take last two questions, and then we'll wrap the webinar.
So some sync problem have problem synchronize email archive files. So yeah, you can in the sync app you can say, let me quickly show that. You can say copy only these extensions, or you can say do not copy these extensions, so that then it will not copy those extensions. So either one, copy everything else. So, okay. And then how is the product priced? It's per month. You have two models. One is subscription per user per month, or we have a perpetual model per user, and then maintenance from the second year onwards. We don't have a Windows Phone app for now, but we're hoping by first quarter of next year we'll have that. About what is the permission portfolio with? I'm not sure. Can we please? I'll try to answer this. I don't understand what the permission portfolio is. If you could send me an email or send email to support with more detail, we can answer that. Is there a way user can view what files she shared with and who? Yes, there is the share information. So these are all the different shares that I made, and I can go and delete the share or edit the share and change the parameters. So yeah. Sorry, I'm going really fast, but if you send me emails or Venky at venky@primadesk.com or support@primadesk.com, one of us will get back to you. Are all browsers supported? Pretty much, but we have tested very extensively in IE, Chrome, and Firefox. And we also work on others, Safari and others. But if there are problems, we'll immediately fix it. But I think to the extent we use it, there's no issues. Okay, the search include multiple file version. We answered that. Does Unifile integrate with Active Directory? Yes. Is VPN needed when users are outside network? No. That's one of the important things, because we don't have to set up extensive VPN. There are several strategies how the users will get in. We can talk. Mohammed, I will get back to you on that. Okay. It depends on what firewall you use and things like that. Okay, I think we kind of covered most of the questions. So anything else, Sashi, we should cover?
No, I think we are good, Venki. That was good, and thanks for answering these questions. And if any questions are left out, we'll forward it to you so that you can answer it directly to the asker.
Okay. Wonderful.
So
thank you so much.
With that said, thanks, Venki. So with that said, we'll conclude this webinar now, and thanks everyone for joining this webinar. We'll make this recording live as well in a short span of time. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.